Special teams has defined the first two games of this series. Considering Carolina had the number one PK in the regular season, I guess what's happened to this Canes PK? What's allowed the Rangers to take advantage of them?
It's crazy that this series basically showcases two of the best overall special teams in the playoffs right from the get-go. Both teams in the top three in both categories. And when you're looking at the numbers, you're like, is the power play for the Rangers that elite that they are picking apart the number one PK in the league, the team that defends so well, that take away a lot of time and space, that have a really deep decor? What's going on, right? Like, is it just poor goaltending because now we see a goaltending change? Well, yeah, that helps, right? The save percentage on PK is only 70% right now for Frederik Andersen in this series on the PK. But before we roll these clips, the New York Rangers power play, love their seam passes. They love their 1Ts from 93. They have an elite net presence with Chris Kreider. But the one thing they have that almost not one power play has in the entire league, they have two power play quarterbacks. They have Panarin and Adam Fox. Those two guys can stretch you. They can really make you overthink and overextend yourselves at times. So let's roll the clips and see what the Rangers are doing to make Carolina play outside of their strengths. So they're coming up, they're getting in a diamond at times, and they're getting them to run around and guess and guess. And here are your two power play quarterbacks. And one of them, Fox, he's so elite at looking off his passes, which creates these seam passes for one-timers from a guy that can take them from below the circle. The Canes are best when they play tight. That's a tight diamond, right? They're not getting overextended. They're putting pressure, good sticks. They're making the Rangers make hope plays, right? They collapse down low. They're keeping plays to the outside. And this is a better sequence, a tight diamond, keeping everything to the exterior, jumping on loose pucks. But how quickly they could then start giving up these seam passes. Slavin really reacts really well, gets a stick on it, but it's how quickly, again, Fox reacts, and they cannot be letting elite seam passes go through them this quickly, again, right onto Zibanejad's stick. It's too easy. And then they start getting stretched out. They're stretched out, but there's a good recovery from a veteran player in Stahl and Jarvis right here. So again, tight diamond, but now who are they protecting? The Rangers don't always have a bumper. And now what we're going to start seeing is how the Rangers really pull them out of position. They're going to get Carolina to have three guys above the tops of circles, which is going to create all kinds of 2-on-1s in pockets. Orlov got extended, and that created a pocket pass, a down low pass with a backdoor pass. Again, now Carolina is getting out of their structure. Their diamond is not, you could see it. We're all good in shapes. We all passed grade 1 in kindergarten. The shapes aren't there. Look at this high to low seam. It's just down low. They jump on it and bang, backdoor again. And then these last two guys, I'm going to say that you got to make your own luck, but in this case, you're unlucky. Watch Brent Burns. He kicks it, bad bounce right there. Bad bounce, unlucky bounce, gets under their stick. Now, what is Aho doing? He scoops it out from under his own goalie's pad and puts that right onto Kreider's stick. So a little bit of unluckiness right here. Great stick check, but again, that should be a clear for Brent Burns. It's not a clear. One seam pass, one shot block by Slavin. The puck's going to go right to Zibanejad's stick again. Shot block by Burns. Bang, Johnny on the spot. So I think there's a mix of, at times, the Canes are getting a little too, I'm going to say it, hot and horny to be aggressive. And at times they get extended away from their diamond. But at other times, they have been unlucky.
Luck, I mean, you look at those bounces, and John, the first thing I thought of was a conversation that I had with Canes owner Tom Dundon a couple years ago. He framed the Stanley Cup playoffs as a series of 7 coin flips, and you see something like that happen. It's maybe why the best team doesn't win all the time in hockey. Some things are just really not explainable. So what I want you to explain for me, when you take a look at why the Canes haven't been able to capitalize on the power play. The special teams have been such a big part of the first 2 games of this series. Is that self-inflicted, or are the Rangers, a team that was 3rd in the league in the regular season, are they shutting them down on the PK?
I think it's a mix. There's definitely a mix. And, one other aspect of the special teams, if you take a couple of those unlucky plays that lead to Rangers goals, these 2 teams are tied at 4 goals apiece at 5-on-5 over the first 2 games. So now you may be talking about a 1-1 series, or maybe it flips the other way. But before we roll these clips, Carolina's power play, they love to move into what's called a low 3-2 or a spread, unlike a 1-3-1, where they'll have 2 guys on goal lines, 1 guy in a pocket. They love their quick strikes. They rarely force plays, but that's what the Rangers have them doing right now. And what they're also not doing is they're not taking low lanes to the net that the Rangers have given up at times. So let's roll the clips. And what we're going to see right off the bat is the great job that the Rangers do up ice on their forecheck. A lot of teams fall into this 1-3 stand, but a lot of them sit back at their own blue line. Well, the Rangers in this one sequence, they reset twice in their 1-3, and they're ready to meet the Canes between the blue and the red versus sitting back at their own blue line. So they're really making Carolina uncomfortable, forcing them to kick out early. Now, here's a sequence, what I talked about, their willingness to quick strike. 3 quick strikes in 16 seconds. There's 1. Now, they get the loose puck back because they don't. The Rangers don't clear it. You see how quickly they move it? Aho, 1T, misses the 1T. That's the second quick strike in under 10 seconds. They recover. They go low to high, underhandle pucks. They go to shoot again. Gensel's shot gets blocked. That's 3 quick strikes in 16 seconds. That's their bread and butter. But again, here, an opportunity for quick strike. Net presence is a must. That's too easy for Shesterkin to make that save and gobble that up. Now, when the Hurricanes slide the blue line and could force teams to go really 3 guys to one side, this is where you got to expose it. Go quick D to D, down low, and now you have the space to create. And right here, Jarvis has to take this to the net. Stop overhandling and resetting. Every time he overhandles and resets, it allows the Rangers to get back into their defensive posture. And they've got to do a better job of every opportunity they're given. Watch this play. Aho, great spin, down low. Where's Jarvis? You can't even see him in the screen. He's below the goal line. That lane of space is now gone. You cannot constantly do really good things to open up plays, again, a pocket of space, and force things that aren't there. And we watch them. They move it. They move it. Now, the Rangers are good. They adjust, very committed to their diamond as well. But when seam passes are there, players like Svechnikov have to read. You can't be cookie cutter. You can't be, again, you cannot hesitate to make these bang-bang plays. And it's the overhandling of pucks at times where it's just allowing the Rangers, watch them just jump. Yo, you want to go into a low spread with no support? Bang, we close you right in the corner. Play's dead. You get frustrated. And I think the Canes are creating some of their own frustration, and then the Rangers are just piling right on.
I want to ask you one more. You got to promise to keep your answer short, though. The Leafs head coaching job, is there one of those free agent coaches that you think stylistically or personality-wise is a good fit?
That's a great question.
I put you on the spot, I know.
Yeah, maybe it's someone in the minors. Maybe it's someone in the minors. I mean, it happened. It worked in Edmonton.
Yeah.
It worked in Edmonton.
Perfect. A hot and horny edition of the coach's room that certainly left me satisfied. Thank you, John.
Have a good one.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Seravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.